Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit that subscribe button. Now let's get into the video. The Prince and Princess of Wales' youngest son was pictured speaking to the Duchess of Edinburgh. Prince Louis looked to be having the time of his life as he travelled to Horse Guards Parade for the third Trooping the Colour of King Charles's reign. The 7-year-old royal, who has built up a reputation for his cheeky behaviour over the years, was sitting next to his brother, Prince George, and opposite his mother and sister, Princess Charlotte, in an open-top landau carriage. Once they arrived at the parade ground, Louis and his siblings went into the Duke of Wellington's office to watch the parade from a vantage point. They were joined by the Duchess of Edinburgh, who appeared to be explaining the intricacies of the annual celebration in a sweet moment. And true to form, little Louis delighted royal fans with a subtle move as he listened intently. Just like at last year's ceremony, Louis could be seen playing with the cord for the blinds as the Duchess explained what was happening on the parade ground. The young royal, who looked typically cute in a black suit and red tie, listened carefully as Sophie spoke to him. Trooping the Colour, which is otherwise known as the King's Birthday Parade, has been taking place for over 260 years and sees over 1,500 soldiers, 200 horses, and 400 musicians march in front of the King on Horse Guards Parade in Whitehall. While the ceremony was first performed during the reign of King Charles I, it became an annual event in 1760, after the accession of King George II. Beginning and ending at Buckingham Palace, the spectacular parade also sees members of the royal family appear on the balcony to watch an RAF fly past, which culminates in the red arrows decorating the skies with red, white, and blue. While he is no longer expected to ride on horseback in the parade, the King has been attending the parade for over 70 years, his first time being in 1951. He took the salute today as the Coldstream Guards trooped their colour in front of the monarch. The morning sun bathed London in a soft golden glow, promising fair weather for one of the grandest spectacles in the royal calendar, Trooping the Colour. As the city's streets filled with eager spectators waving Union Jacks, there was a particular buzz of excitement among those who had gathered along the Mall. It wasn't just King Charles I they hoped to glimpse, nor the precision of the marching guards, nor even the thunderous flypast of the RAF. No, many had their eyes peeled for a certain small royal who had, in recent years, stolen hearts and headlines alike. Prince Louis of Wales. At just 7 years old, Louis had already become something of a scene-stealer. His expressive face, boundless energy, and undeniable charm seemed to light up every event he attended. And on this day, the third Trooping the Colour of his grandfather's reign, Louis was once again at the centre of attention. From the moment the royal carriages emerged from Buckingham Palace's grand gates, the crowd's cheers rose in volume. Prince Louis sat proudly in the open-top landau carriage, nestled between his older brother, Prince George, and across from his mother, the Princess of Wales, and his sister, Princess Charlotte. Dressed smartly in a black suit with a crisp white shirt and a jaunty red tie, Louis looked every bit the young prince. But there was a twinkle in his eye, one that royal watchers had come to recognize. The 7-year-old couldn't help but wave enthusiastically at the crowds, his small hand darting up and down as he grinned from ear to ear. He nudged his brother, whispering something that made George stifle a laugh, and Charlotte, ever the composed princess, gave her youngest sibling a warning look. But Louis was undeterred. He leaned slightly over the side of the carriage, craning his neck to take in the sights. The soldiers in their gleaming uniforms, the horses with their polished tack, the rows upon rows of adoring faces. As they neared Horse Guards Parade, Louis clapped his hands together in excitement. This was his third time attending Trooping the Colour, but the wonder of it all hadn't dimmed. If anything, his appreciation had grown. After all, at 7, he was old enough now to grasp more of the significance of the day, even if his natural mischief still bubbled beneath the surface. Upon arriving at the parade ground, the royal children were escorted to the Duke of Wellington's office, a room steeped in history and offering a prime vantage point over the spectacle below. Joining them was Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, who greeted the children with her trademark warmth. As the guards assembled in precise formations and the band struck up stirring tunes, Sophie leaned down to share tidbits of history and tradition with her young relatives. Louis listened with wide-eyed attention, his gaze flicking between the parade and the Duchess. Yet even as he absorbed her words, his fingers began to wander, reaching for the cord of the window blinds. A subtle tug here, a twist there. Just as he had done the previous year, Louis found endless fascination in the simple mechanism, his curiosity undimmed by time or familiarity. Royal photographers stationed discreetly across the parade ground captured the moment. The image of Louis, sit neat and face intent as he toyed with the cord, would later appear in newspapers and on social media, delighting fans who adored his down-to-earth, playful nature. Outside, the ceremony unfolded with all the precision and grandeur expected of Trooping the Colour. Over 1,500 soldiers marched in perfect synchrony, their scarlet tunics vibrant against the pale stone of Horse Guards parade. 200 horses moved as one, their hooves a rhythmic drumbeat upon the ground. 400 musicians filled the air with the strains of military marches and patriotic tunes. From his vantage point, Louis watched as King Charles III took the salute. The king, dressed in his military uniform adorned with medals and gold braid, sat erect on his horse, a striking figure of continuity in a changing world. His bond with the event was deep. After all, Charles had attended his first Trooping the Colour as a small boy in 1951. Now, as monarch, he presided over the celebration of his official birthday with dignity and pride. Yet even as history played out before him, Louis's attention wandered. A burst of laughter from the crowd drew his eye, and he pressed his face to the window, trying to see what had caused the mirth. Spotting a playful puppy that had wriggled free of its owner's grasp and darted towards the parade ground, Louis pointed it out excitedly to his siblings, his grin as bright as the June sun. After the parade concluded, the royal family returned to Buckingham Palace. There, as tradition dictated, they assembled on the famous balcony to witness the Rev fly past, a breathtaking finale that never failed to stir the soul. Louis stood between his parents, his small hand held securely in the Princess of Wales's gentle grasp. His eyes scanned the skies, alight with anticipation. The roar of engines heralded the approach of the jets, and Louis gasped as the red arrows streaked overhead, leaving trails of red, white, and blue in their wake. Unable to contain himself, Louis waved both hands at the planes, his enthusiasm infectious. The cameras clicked, capturing his pure joy for posterity. He clapped as the final formation passed, then tugged at his father's sleeve, eager to share his thoughts on the spectacle. In the hours that followed, images and video clips of Prince Louis's antics spread across television screens and social media feeds. Commentators praised his natural charm, while fans gushed over the young prince's ability to bring a touch of relatable humanity to the centuries-old ceremony. Once again, Louis had managed to embody the perfect balance of royal duty and childhood wonder. And as the day drew to a close, it was clear that, in the eyes of many, the 7-year-old had truly stolen the show.